look at what the 95% is doing and do the opposite, and you're going to do absolutely fine in business, in productivity, in creativity, in philanthropy, in humanity, and living your life like an icon. So what's this 90-91 rule? Well, it's a daily ritual that I teach at Personal Mastery Academy along with the other 9. The model is the 10 core rituals of legendary performers. And we don't have the time today together to go into the other 9, but I did want to share one of them, which is the 90-91 rule. And when I work with the billionaires, this one morning routine has helped them profoundly. And here it is. For the first 90 minutes of your workday, I'll repeat that again because I didn't say it as elegantly as I wanted to share it. And I just run these podcasts raw and real. And so let me just share it more clearly for you. So for the next 90 days, your first 90 minutes at work, make it focused on your single most important project. I'll repeat that again. For the next 90 days, the first 90 minutes of your workday, focus monomaniacally on your single most valuable project. I call it your game-changing move. So it might be creating a new piece of code that will revolutionize the marketplace. It might be a new product that when you launch it will fill a need within your industry that no peer is currently providing. I don't know what your game-changing move is, but this is your poetry. This is your magnum opus for the next 90 days. So what most people do is, people who are playing at victimhood, people who are in the 95%, people who are making excuses about ordinary results in their life, a lot of them are not doing the things that would give them legendary results. And what they do is they get to the office, and rather than using prime time for activities, they use their best hours watching dancing cats on whatever it is, whatever the video platform is. They spend their best hours surfing the internet, looking at blogs. They spend their best hours playing with notifications, reading notifications, chatting with friends who are not really their friends, but really they're just bored, so they're distracting themselves, which is just a form of medication because potential unexpressed turns to pain, and they're in a lot of pain, and it's subconscious, and they haven't done the work to know it. So really, they've created these drugs of choice, like too much email, too much web surfing, too much chit-chatting, too much looking at funny-looking videos that make them laugh in the moment, that make them feel happy and give them a short burst of dopamine and maybe a little bit of serotonin, which is the pleasure neurotransmitter, and that's how they get through their day. And all I'm saying is there is so much distraction available to you out there that if you are not acutely careful, it will dominate your days. But the top 5% are very, very different. Very, very different. I don't know why I'm whispering, but they're very, very different. Because to have the results only 5% of the population have, you've got to be willing to do what 95% of the population are just not willing to do. And one of those things is this freedom from distraction. One of those things is building a pocket of time so that you use your highest value hours, which is really 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. You use your platinum hours for your most valuable activities. And we could talk about the science that says your willpower is highest first thing in the morning, your energy is highest first thing in the morning, and your mental focus is highest first thing in the morning. And if you want to know what I call the 5 precious assets, and I also teach this at Personal Mastery Academy, one of them is your mental focus. The second one is your physical energy. And the third one is your discipline. When I work with the billionaires, I teach them the protocols to protect these and scale these because it's your interior empires that are worth protecting. What I'm really trying to say is this. A ritual for you to run and dial in and hardwire to the point of automaticity, that's the word the researchers use when a habit becomes your new normal, over 66 days is the 90-91 rule. And to give it to you again so you really remember it, for the next 90 days, your first 90 minutes, create a tight bubble of total focus so that no one can distract you. Turn off your devices, put them in a little plastic bag, put some reminders on your door, maybe some post-it notes that this is my tight bubble of total focus for the next 90 minutes. Tell your team, tell your loved ones, maybe put a do not disturb sign on your door. They'll laugh, and explain it to them that for the next 90 days, I will spend 90 minutes away from distraction, away from technology, away from interruptions, focusing on my magnum opus, focusing on the genius project that I want to bring into the world, because I will never mail it in. I will always bring it on, and I'm going to do this for the next 90 minutes, and I'm going to optimize it and iterate it every day, and I'm going to bring my full bandwidth, because what makes a genius, they all have one trait in common. They were able to spend extended periods of time in isolation, focused monomaniacally on their most valuable project. And that's what allowed Einstein to do what he did. That's what allowed Jean-Michel Basquiat to produce that art. And they dial into a neurobiological phenomenon that I teach called transient hypofrontality. This isn't the time to share it. I'm just suggesting to you, install the 90-91 rule. It will do amazing things and create exponential productivity. It will give you a gargantuan competitive advantage against your marketplace peers. It will allow you to install the hardwiring of genius. It will allow you to distribute awesome forms of value to the people that you serve in your business, in your craft, in your career, and in your life. And at the end of the day, leadership is really about two things: personal mastery and helping as many people as possible. So definitely get the 90-91 rule hardwired in.